Not one time have I ever said how good Vegas is to somebody. And some people have said to me, you're pumping it up now a bit too much, man. All right, take it easy, take it easy. Jesus, I just don't want to be disappointed. There hasn't been one person that has said that to me who has actually been disappointed with Vegas. Not one. You have no idea what you're about to go into in Vegas. Peter. It's Viva Las Vegas time, baby! Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've actually ever been this excited for a Grand Prix in my life. Apart from maybe some championship showdowns where it's, one or two drivers competing and whoever wins this weekend is the champion. It's the last round. Excluding that, I've never been this fucking excited ever. This is awesome. Las fucking Vegas? Are you joking me? Guys, has anybody actually been to Vegas? I'm just trying to set up my shit here. Has anybody actually been to Vegas? And I think, guys, I've been 18 times. Yes. You heard me right. I've been 18 times over the years. Las Vegas is the greatest party town in the world. There's nothing like Vegas. By the way, you see what I mean? I'm not even talking about Grand Prix racing here. I'm talking about fucking partying here. I can't help myself. It's too good. It's too fucking good. I'm going to have to do it. We're going to get into the racing. Don't worry, guys. But I'm telling you, ladies and gents, if you've never been to Vegas, you have got to make it your fucking priority. Without a shadow of a doubt. And here's the wonderful thing about Vegas. I've had this conversation multiple times. People ask me, oh, so what is Vegas like, man? There is nothing that can prepare you for Vegas and the party scene. There's nothing. I mean, I could blow it up and people would be like, oh, God, he's talking about it too much now. Oh, he's probably ruining it for me. Nope. Not one time have I ever said how good Vegas is to somebody, and some people have said to me, you're pumping it up now a bit too much, man. All right, take it easy, take it easy. Jesus, I just don't want to be disappointed. There hasn't been one person that has said that to me who has actually been disappointed with Vegas. Not one. You have no idea what you're about to go into in Vegas. Did anybody see the movie Hangover? And do you remember when that scene when there's the taxi driver and they're looking outside, it's the morning after, and they see the bed hanging out Caesar's Palace, the casino, and they're like, what the fuck? And then the taxi driver goes, some guys just can't handle Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, Vegas will take you down. Now, I was okay, I was on the fence, like a lot of people, but some people just can't handle the fucking place. They lose their shit. Oxygen pumped, poured into the casino. Even if you're really drunk, you walk into the casino, you start sobering up within minutes because so much oxygen is getting poured down your lungs, man. Honestly, the place keeps you awake. They don't even have clocks in the casinos itself. Maybe some of you know that already, but they don't. They want you to lose yourself. I can't even imagine what kind of show they're going to put on for this Grand Prix, guys. I mean, I've been to shows like Cirque du Soleil, there's some of the Cirque du Soleil shows in Vegas. And I like the theater. I'm an actor and stuff like that, yes. And I love all these type of shows. But I wouldn't really necessarily go to these type of shows if it wasn't for Vegas. They just put on an out of this world fucking show. I mean, even just Cirque du Soleil itself. I could do a whole fucking episode on just Cirque du Soleil. It's unreal. I mean, even when you walk into the auditorium for Cirque du Soleil, you've got all the characters from the play, right? Or show, you want to call it. And they're in character. They're in character and they're actually walking around when people are sitting down in their seats. They're actually engaging with you in character, and it just adds to the effect, guys and girls. It's unfucking real. I mean, I'm not a gambling man. I've never had any interest in gambling, thank God. Because, I mean, it can be a serious, intense place too. People have lost their shit over there when it comes to gambling, Not healthy. Not healthy. But for me, Party Town, unreal. Greatest city on this fucking planet. And I've been around now. I haven't been in every city in the world, but no, man. No. Nothing comes close to Vegas. Fucking nothing. It just, no way. No way. And I've heard people who've gone to Vegas and they've been other places and they went, no, man, Vegas is the place. Jesus. Will we get into the Formula 1? I've been talking for 5 minutes about Vegas and the party scene, but we're going to come back to that probably. Okay, guys, let me tell you. Okay, let's have a look at some news first. Now, this is an interesting one, right? Christian Horner was on Bloomberg there. You can actually check this up on YouTube, guys, and he's being interviewed. So he's been asked about the Formula 1 Grand Prix this weekend. And I wish I could say... Well, I wish I didn't have to say this, but I fucking told you so. If this isn't a giveaway of where Christian Horner's at with Sergio Perez, I don't know what will be. Now, guys, if you've listened to some of my podcasts, or if you're new here, I've been talking about Sergio Perez, Christian Horner, the Red Bull team, the partnership they have with each other. I've been talking about them for the last couple of months. And my point has always been this, and always will be the same thing. Sergio Perez has not lost form. Sergio Perez is getting slowed down by the team. Now, many of you would argue, well, that's just stupid. Of course it is. Why would a team slow down the other guy? When it comes to the dollars, ladies and gentlemen, and having your golden boy Verstappen looking way better than he is, it brings in a lot of money, a lot of attention, potentially huge sponsorships. Because what sponsorship company wouldn't want to be part of, quote, one of the greats of all time? He ain't one of the greats of all time, Verstappen. And by the way, I'm a Verstappen fan. Okay? So if anybody Verstappen fans out there, you're about to say, fuck you, Peter. Well, I'm a Verstappen fan too. Genuinely a Verstappen fan. I just will call the bullshit what it is. I will just call bullshit on what it is. He ain't that fucking good. He's really good, but he ain't that fucking good. And I can tell you this, guys, here's the point, right? Christian Horner was on the TV. And the interviewer asked him, so Christian, you know, you can wrap up second in the championship this weekend in Vegas. How, don't quote me word for word exactly what he said, but the guy asked him, so can Verstappen help Sergio this weekend to secure second? Christian Horner turns around and he says the following. And guys, if you don't believe me, look it up. Christian Horner interview about Vegas. It's on Bloomberg channel. Bloomberg. Alright, so if you don't believe me, check it out yourself. Christian Horner actually says the following. Well, Max won't need to give him a hand. Isn't that an unimaginable telltale giveaway sign where they're at? They actually don't even give a shit about finishing second. I thought they genuinely would. I genuinely thought they would. Now look, maybe things will change at the weekend and Perez will have the equipment and he'll go fast and he'll be right there and then, and maybe they'll ask for team orders and Verstappen will slow down and let him through. But I doubt it, to be honest. But you never know, okay? You never know. So maybe things will change on the weekend. But ladies and gents, if that isn't a telltale sign that they don't give a fuck about where their about where Sergio Perez finishes, I don't know what is. I've been saying it for months, and I've been saying this too, that all of a sudden they'll come on TV, and he even said this in the same fucking TV interview today, guys. He went, oh well, Sergio's found form again, and it's like, no, he didn't find form. He had the fucking form, you just didn't give him the car, sunshine. And like, the guys, what you have to remember is, okay, and I know this from being a racing driver, driving style of a car is very, very important to suss out, to get right if you're going to go quick for the year. Now, for instance, and look, excuse me if I'm sounding like a broken record, but I want to just make sure that we're getting this point across. There can be example, okay? For the Red Bull, it seems like it's going to be driving style option 2 here. So, in other words, some racing cars, doesn't matter whether it's a kart or a racing car, some racing cars or karts will have driving style number 1. Driving style number 1 can be the following. You brake in a straight line, you turn in, and when you get to the apex, the middle of the corner, that's when you power on out of the bend. Alright, so at the apex, the middle of the corner, that's when you get on the throttle. Now there's driving style number 2. Driving style number 2 is when you're braking in a straight line, as you're turning, you're getting on the throttle. So it's a big difference. So option 1, you're turning in but not getting on the power. You're waiting until you get to the apex, the middle of the corner. Then you get to the power. Okay, so middle of the corner, getting the power down. Driving style number 2 is getting on the power, not at the apex, as you're turning in, right? Because then it generates more grip when you're getting on the throttle and it just committing to the throttle and going through that corner like that. Now, again, not every car is like this. Again, it's like I'm saying, it's driving style number 1 and driving style number 2. So the thing is here is that I've been watching the onboards now of Red Bull, and I do genuinely believe, unless there's a delay in the noise coming across on the camera, but I don't think there is. I've watched plenty of it now to see. It seems like with the Red Bull car is that they're doing option style driving number 2. Turning in, keeping the throttle down as they're getting on the they're getting on the throttle as they're on the steering wheel and turning in with the steering wheel. It generates that little grip. Now, again, it's just fractions, okay? Fraction, gradually getting on the power, more, building up. Now, you see, the thing is, Perez has won already this year. At the start of the year, guys, he's had 2 wins. Now, I know this from the racing world. If the guy couldn't, and because they're saying this in the news, they're saying that he can't get to grips with the car. That's complete bollocks, guys. If he couldn't get used to the car and the driving style, he wouldn't have won 2 races in this year already. Okay? He would have been struggling. It's like, it's so in our face, maybe it's hard to overlook. And look, I understand if people haven't never raced cars before, and it would be like me with another sport, right? If I didn't know something about rugby, right, well then why would I know? Because I never played rugby. All right? I never played it properly anyway. So I wouldn't know. So you'd have to keep an eye out. You need to, I suppose it's easier for me to read between the lines on these type of things because I've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. So pay no attention to that, guys. Perez has form, and I'm not even a Perez fan. He's fine, he's a good driver. He can definitely pull it off. That's absolutely certainty. Just don't rate him that much. Simple as that. So, I think, here we go. And that's just the golden answer there, guys. Christian Horner says he won't need Verstappen to help Perez at the weekend. I mean, if that was any other team that wanted him to finish second, Verstappen would be helping him. We have to remember, Max Verstappen has won the championship already this year. He's crowned the champion already. He doesn't need another race win. He genuinely doesn't need another race win. If the guy has a retirement this year, or God forbid a crash this weekend, doesn't matter a fuck. Doesn't matter a fuck. Because he's won the championship. It's job done. Game over. So it's, a lot of politics with Formula 1, guys. A lot of politics. So, guys, let's go over to the track now. Unfortunately, today, we don't have any on board because, well, look, they've never been to Vegas before. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the track map. Okay? So, let me just bring up the track map here for you. Okay, so the circuit length, guys. 6.2 kilometers. The race distance is going to be 310 kilometers, 50 laps. We don't have a lap record yet, but you can have, if you're watching me on YouTube, guys, you can see. If you're listening on audio, obviously I'm going to just walk you through it so you're not going to miss anything. So the track has been, I mean, taken over. I mean, there's a shitstorm, by the way, guys. Have you seen that on YouTube? There is people losing their fucking minds over Vegas taking over here at the weekend. It's unbelievable the way people are bitching and moaning about it. Sorry, guys, I'm just playing around with different camera angles here. And like they've shut down, I think it's 3 blocks. So like people normally are getting from like 10, 15 minutes to work. It's taking them an hour to get to work. So, I mean, obviously it's a bit of a pain in the ass for them, but hey, what are you going to do? I definitely think it's still a great idea to have it in Vegas. No doubt about it. I mean, guys, look at the track, right? We can have a look there now. It goes around, it goes around 1 or 2 of the casinos here. Let's have a look which one. Oh, yeah, here we go. Located in the heart of Vegas, the 17-turn street circuit winds its way past iconic locations like Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio, and the Venetian. I mean, guys, you can see it on the video here if you're watching. They've long fucking straights, guys, and I've even played it on PS4 just to get an idea and get grips with the track, what it's like. It's very long-winded. It's going to be Jesus. I mean, they're going to be going down the strip past these casinos. Probably at about 210, I would say. And they're saying it's about 200, but the corners itself, like they're going to be setting up the car, guys, for very little downforce. I think this is going to be like, I think they're going to do it anyway. It looks like a no-brainer to me. I think they're going to be setting up like a Monza. They're going to set up for long straights, tight corners, but look, they're just going to have to rely on their mechanical grip now this time, because if they're having low aerodynamic grip, well then obviously they can't rely on the aerodynamics, the grip from that. So, but you can see now, guys, it's an anti-clockwise track. Turn 1 into 2, very tight chicane here, and even to turn 3 and 4. I think turn 4 is going to be a very, very important corner on the track here. It's long-winded. Long-winded. It's windy, and you can really commit going into this bend, which I think is going to be very, very important to carry down the straight down into turn 5. So I think coming out of 3 into 4, carry as much speed as you can, is going to be very important to carry that the speed down that long straight. Now, then you're going to turn 5 and 6. Up to turn 7 and 8 and 9, very, very tight corners. I think 6 and 7 is going to be tricky, because as you can see, turn 6 is still veering left. So they're going to be veering left, I think, a little bit, going down the gears into 7. Because turn 6 is quite quick. So I think they might get up to maybe 5th or 6th in here. They'll go down to 2nd or 3rd for 7 and 8. And then 9 as well as tight as well. So I think I'm debating still whether turn 9 and or 12 is going to be the most important on the track. I think turn 9 is probably going to be the most important, because as you've seen the way, guys, the way I kind of line up tracks itself, most of the time when you go to a track, not all the time, but a lot of the time, you're always looking at the corner that is in line, in sync with about 3 or 4 different corners which lead into straights or something like this. So in other words, you can see turn 9 here. If they get out of here fast and a good line out of here, turn 10 is flat out. Then they come up to turn 12. Now that's going to be a braking corner, but if they get through all the way up this main straight up, all the way up to turn 12, then they go into turn 12, a little kink, but they should be getting turn 12 correct anyway, guys. It's not a hard corner. So just get out of turn 12 nice and smooth. You're carrying a lot of speed down into turn 14. I mean, that is one hell of a long straight, guys, coming from 12 down into 14. So I think it's going to be very important to get out of turn 9. For me, I think I would have to put my money on that it's going to be turn 9 is the key here. Get out of here nice and smooth. Keep the speed up. Keep the momentum up, which will carry into turn 10. Well, I mean, it's a no-brainer corner. And then into 12. And it's a small, yeah, it's going to be braking at 12. But you're going to be going all the way up this long straight. And it's full to the board. I mean, I think they're going to probably... Hard to know what they're going to do setup-wise. But, guys, it's going to be... I think this track is going to be very interesting. Very interesting and exciting. Number one, the scenery is going to be unbelievable. Two, Vegas is going to put on one hell of a fucking show. Number three, the track has tight corners just after long, flat-out straights. So I think it could catch one or two of the drivers out every now and then, especially if they're swapping places and dicing and battling for positions. It could really catch some drivers out, which is going to be fantastic to watch. They were also saying as well, guys, and that... let me just... 1 second there now, guys. Let me bring back my screen here. And where are we now on this one? Okay. And I think they're going to have, guys, for this one, they're saying that the conditions are going to be cold, and I've been to Vegas in a winter time around this kind of time as well before. Vegas can be bloody cold, especially this time of year, especially in the morning time. Really fucking cold. Now this is a nighttime race, so it's gonna get very cool. Very cool. I mean, they could have 21, 22 degrees, maybe even hotter during the daytime, but nighttime it's gonna be fucking cold, and it's a night race, so I think this one could be a fucking action-packed race, guys. It's hard to know, I think, with the tires what's going to happen. They've got long straights, so therefore they're not going to be able to get a huge amount of heat into the tires. Therefore they could struggle a bit going into those corners. I think this is going to be one hell of a fucking race, guys. One hell of a race. And if it wasn't for the straights being so long and fast, and if you had medium speed corners, this could be not as exciting and interesting. But you've got like turn 3 is going to be a medium speed corner, but again, they won't have a lot of downforce because they're going to be gearing it for the straights. Therefore, they're going to struggle with grip. And they're going to struggle with grip. I mean, even on the PS4, guys, you can see the layout of the track. And in fairness, I always say that about PS4 games and PlayStation Formula 1 games. They're very realistic. And trust me, coming from a racing driver, I'm telling you the truth. And even the corners here, they're so fucking tight. So tight. And if they've got no grip in the tires, woo, they're going to be slipping and sliding around, guys. I think this is going to be an epic fucking race. Jesus Christ. Okay, predictions, guys. Predictions. So, where are we at? Well, I think you're going to have to go with... I'm going to go with Verstappen for the win again. Isn't it hard to go to bet against him at this stage? At this time of the year? I think McLaren will be quick enough. Mercedes should be fast with their Mercedes engine. It's a rocket, but again, their balance on the car is not great. Now, then again, it could be like Singapore, where Red Bull did struggle, and then the teams that normally don't go well, went well. So, I mean, I could be unbelievably wrong on this one. It could be just like Singapore. It's so hard to know. But you know what? I'm going to go with Verstappen for the win. Perez in second. Probably be surprised with that one. Perez in second. And I'm going to go with Alonso for third. Alonso, I think he's picked up a bit of form. I think with their form now, they've gone back to the old setup on the car. They've literally thrown out all the new updates, which is obviously disappointing and heartbreaking for them. All the time they wasted, Jesus, and money. But hey, whatever works, fucking works, man. And you just get the job done. And I think they could be up there. Verstappen for the win, Perez second, and Alonso third. So I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. And you know what? Ladies and gents, enjoy, because this is fucking Viva Las Vegas, baby. Viva Las Vegas is hitting the strip. And if I know anything about Vegas, they're going to put on one hell of a fucking show this weekend. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. And we'll be back on Monday with the reaction from Vegas. Bye for now, guys. Bye-bye.
Peter Walsh.